Welcome back. Hillary Clinton remains the runaway favorite to win the Democratic presidential nomination. But look at some numbers here. This wasn't her best week. Here's one proof of that. In Florida and Pennsylvania, three big presidential battleground states. Look at this. Is Hillary Clinton honest and trustworthy? Majorities in all three states, even in Pennsylvania, the bluest of these states, 54, 53, 51% say, no, Hillary Clinton is not honest and trustworthy. That's one judge. Look at this in the state of New Hampshire. A Suffolk University poll, 41-31, a 10-point gap between Hillary Clinton and Senator Bernie Sanders. Hillary Clinton under 50%. Can't like that one in the Clinton campaign. It's early, but they can't like that. And this one I find fascinating. Democratic shift, the shift of the Democrats to the left. Do you consider yourself socially liberal and on economics a moderate to liberal? A question for Democrats. When Bill Clinton left office in 2001, 30% of Democrats said they're social liberals and moderate to liberal on economic issues. Look at this. 47%. Now, nearly half of Democrats say, I'm socially liberal and liberal to moderate on economic issues. Dan Balz, my question is this. As Hillary Clinton seeks the nomination of that party, a more left Democratic party than Bill Clinton led, do you run the risk that if you keep your party happy, keep the liberals happy, that you end up in a place where, forget me, what Bill Clinton warned was the danger, where Michael Dukakis and Walter Mondale were, your party loves you, the country won't elect you?
Well, she's dealing with a different country, too. She's not just dealing with a different Democratic Party. I mean, for one, this country is so much more polarized, and I think that's one reason that you're seeing so many more Democrats identifying themselves as liberal. But part of the reason is attitudes on some of these social issues have clearly shifted, gay marriage being the most prominent among them. So far, everything we've seen from Secretary Clinton is that she is going to try to find a way to balance the entirety of the party and to preserve some option in the general election. I think she thinks on some of these social issues, you can be, what we say as far left and be within the mainstream of where American thought is. So I think at this point, she's probably on safe ground. She will speak in a populist way. We'll see whether the populist policies follow.
Right, that's exactly right. I mean, she's been playing it extremely safe. The places where she staked out ground on what we call the left are all things where the country is, the majority of the country, certainly the gettable voters for her are with her. Immigration, topics like that, gay marriage. On issues where there's some controversy both within the Democratic Party and within the country, she stayed silent. So that's trade, that's NSA, topics like that. So the question is where she ends up on things like regulating big banks, on really populist issues that her party wants to see her take a tough position. The question is whether she goes there.
Those numbers for Bernie Sanders are fascinating. 41-31 in New Hampshire. I mean, he's from the neighboring state. You might say he's the third New Hampshire senator. And look, 700 people showed up to see him in the middle of the morning in Las Vegas on Friday. He's not Celine Dion or Siegfried and Roy. I mean, this is a guy who, is somehow now... Well, but it's just fascinating that he continues to do this. We sat here a few weeks ago and suggested this might be cathartic. There may be very much more to this, and she's going to have to really balance, the possibility of a general election with the fact that he continues to draw so many people.
I mean, I think the New Hampshire numbers, I do think he's from the neighboring state. Also, New Hampshire is 95% white, right? And that's sort of Vermont as well. I think it would be interesting to see what he's able to do in a state like South Carolina, because he says this isn't the fringe that shows up to his events. I haven't seen a lot of African Americans showing up. I haven't seen a lot of interest from Latinos so far in Bernie Sanders' candidacy, but we'll see.